What's up everybody, it's Mike from PC Classic Cars back with another test drive video. Today we are in the 1967 Plymouth VIP Fury, the original 383 automatic. Definitely a unique car for me here at the dealership, but it's one that I've owned before, and it's a really good car, so I had no problem bringing it back in the second time. So this is a 67 Fury. It is a VIP Fury, so the top of the line trim package back in 1967 on the Fury. Mechanically, this car is excellent. I believe it to be a 96,000 original mile car. There we go, let it warm up just a little bit. It's showing 96,705 and it's supposed to be original miles. The motor is the original 383. It has been gone through and it does have the Edelbrock aluminum E Street heads on it. So for a 383, it runs very well. These are big, heavy cars, but this car runs down the road really strong, and it is an excellent driving car. You can let off the steering wheel at 70 miles an hour and it goes perfectly straight. It is power steering. It does have power brakes, but it still is drums. So if someone wanted to do some minor upgrades, you could do you could do a disc brake conversion on the front. Being that it is a big, heavy car, maybe something someone would want to do. But it does still stop well for what it is. It does not have AC. The heater is all there, but the blower motor is not doing anything. So that's one of the few items that's not working, is the blower motor doesn't work. The flashers and the interior turn signals are not working. The bulbs on the dash are burnt out, but the turn signals on the outside do work. And then your other two items that don't work on this car are the reverse lights don't come on. Again, pretty common issue on these old cars. And then your washer sprayer fluids don't do anything. You got your manual vent windows, which work. And I am going to crack the window just because it is 105 degrees here in Texas. I need a little airflow so I don't die while we're driving. As far as other stuff, the rest of your gauges, you have your speedometer, your fuel gauge, and then you actually have the 3 gauges under the dash. Those all work. It does have an aftermarket JVC stereo with a couple little cup holders in this custom console down below. Other than that, the interior is very original and very clean. On the top corner of the driver's seat over here, there's like a little torn spot that's been kind of like dyed. But for being original, the interior shows really nice. The Fury on the exterior wasn't originally a bright yellow car. So I do not mind that it has been painted maroon. The red maroon color is very nice. The paint shows well. Has a few minor flaws, but overall the paint quality is good on the car. Nice set of torque thrust Ds with the good white letter tire. All that stuff looks really good on the exterior. Right here. It's warmed up. We'll get on it a little bit. Being a big heavy car, it rolls out down the road well. Doesn't have a lot of low end torque that's gonna push you back in the seat, but it still has good power. And it's just a great driving car. These big Mopars are just good cruisers. It kind of like floats going down the road. It does have an upgraded steering gearbox on it, so the steering is nice and responsive. Exhaust has a good note to it where it's not too loud, but you can hear it when you get on the throttle. And probably the one of the best things about this particular car is how clean it is underneath. The floors, the frame rails, the bottom side of this car is very clean and very solid. Didn't find any rust issues whatsoever. I would definitely add AC if I was going to personally keep the car. Plenty of room in the engine bay to have a compressor. Vintage AC would be your best friend on this one. You already have the vents below the dash for the heater, so if someone wanted air, you could definitely upgrade it and add it. We'll come up over this hill here and we'll take it down our bumpy road. I really enjoy driving these big cars. It's just something different. This is definitely a unique car. I don't get a lot of Furies that come through my shop. Maybe 2, 3, 4 of them a year. But of the Furies that I've had, this is one of the best ones, just with all the good stuff that it's got done. The aluminum headed 383 does have an aluminum radiator with dual electric fans, the upgraded steering gearbox, just a lot of good stuff done to this particular car. Suspension feels really nice and tight. All of that stuff looks like stock equipment. Nothing needs to be replaced. Again, like I mentioned before, just an excellent driving car. All your glass looks good. Couple minor little nicks in the windshield, but no spidering, no cracking. Windows go up and down like they should. Back glass also looks good. Rear view mirror looks really nice. It's got the little daytime and the nighttime thing where you can flip it up and back. Back on the interior, your dash is really clean. Your visors look really good. Headliner almost looks brand new. I'm sure that's probably been replaced at some point. Normally, I'm not a fan of these aftermarket consoles, but this one, instead of cutting the dash where they put a radio, they actually did a nice job doing this custom little console here with the gauges mounted to the top of it. So in this particular instance, I don't mind it where they didn't cut anything up. Definitely a strong car mechanically. I really like how clean the dash is. All the gauges are super crisp and really easy to read. This is a car that I think has just been a well cared for car. Other than the motor being gone through and just some upgrades, and then obviously the color change, I don't think the car was ever torn completely apart. And it's just been a good car its whole life. When you hop in these, sometimes you can just tell what's been a really good car and a well cared for car. And this is just a tight car front to back. Doors open and close excellent. Hood and deck lid also close really well. It's just got all the telltale signs of just being a well cared for car since it was new. The guy that we sold it to originally, I bought this car a couple years ago. I sold it to him. He put less than 1,000 miles on it in a couple years. He was a collector, had a bunch of cars, and then just asked me and said, "Mike, would you buy this one back?" And that's how we got it back the second time. As always, I appreciate you guys stopping in to watch another one of my test drive videos. If there's ever anything else you want to see, don't hesitate to leave me a comment on the YouTube channel. Call or text me directly at 903-820-1019. Check us out at pcclassiccars.com, or you can follow us across all social platforms. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, pretty much across all social platforms. The handle's going to be PC Classic Cars. Thanks again, guys, and we will see you on the next test drive video.